360. What's up, everybody? It's Josh here with Reggae 360, chilling with Kenny and Jeff from Resinated. We're out here at House of Blues Orlando. It's a great night tonight. It's a great afternoon. Oklahoma Stackhouse just got finished up. Elemental Beats coming up next. Real stoked for the show. Resinated is gonna pull it all together tonight. Really stoked for the show, guys. How's everything been since we? Oh, watch out for that. How's everything been for you guys so far, man? Kenny, I know you just had a baby.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, Rhea had a baby. I contributed for about 5 seconds, doing something I think about 24/7. Yeah. So we had a baby, and then the very next day we got a house. So it's been a crazy 2 weeks. So, but
that sounds like a lot of things going on.
We had got back from tour, had a baby, now we're.
That's a lot of things going on. And how many months span was that? Like from tour, or weeks, days, few weeks, man. That's a really busy few weeks.
Yeah, it was hectic.
baby to buying house was like 30 hours.
Jeez.
I almost thought you said baby buying, but we didn't buy it.
A lot of big life accomplishments for you, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, it's been good, man. And, the guys are all good. And we're always trucking along, yeah.
That's sick. So you're talking about you just got back from tour not too long ago. You guys did that little run with Brett Bollinger.
Yeah.
How's that touring with him, man? Like, is like I've never seen his little solo set that he does with the Bad Habits. Does he play a lot of Pepper songs or his own little solo stuff?
A lot of his own stuff.
Yeah.
He might throw in a hype song, too, like Pepper song, but he's full energy.
Right.
He's amazing.
He's a lot of fun. He's a fun human to be around for sure. Like,
that's awesome.
So it was a lot of fun that tour. We're actually going to be going back out with him.
Oh, okay.
In the end of August, September.
Look at that. Right off the bat. Resonated's go on tour again.
Yeah, a couple.
Interview's over.
Yeah.
But you guys just did that tour, but you guys have toured the East Coast countless times. What are some of your favorite cities to play in and venues? St. Pete obviously is one of my favorite cities to see a show in, but like for you guys,
it's funny you say that, because St. Pete's one of my cities to play.
Right? It's just so great. Everybody, the vibes there are just so right. Everybody's nice.
I'm sure we're biased a little bit, but you hear it from I've heard it from a lot of other bands that travel in Janus and St. Pete. So many bands, like, this is one of my favorites, absolute favorites in the country. And I try to look at it as unbiased, as I can.
Right.
But it just really is. It's such a cool venue and a cool spot, and it's always packed. It's great.
Definitely.
But yeah, outside of that,
I like Ocean City.
Maryland.
I like Charlotte.
Okay.
Charlotte's usually pretty good to us.
Cool.
Anything that there's people at.
It's hard to say, because you go on tour with all these different bands, and so we're touring sometimes with bands that are from North Carolina or from South Carolina, and those regions, obviously, the shows are just crushing.
Right.
Other than our fan base, like getting their fan base out. So I guess any city at any given time can be a really great place to play.
So you never know till you get there, really.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But there's just some cool little kind of side spots here and there. Like I actually really like that one place that we did play where we had to play the extra set, the Windjammer.
Oh yeah, that
was fun. It's like
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
I think it's yeah, it's somewhere over there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a good spot.
I like the 1904 Music Hall. It's cool.
Where's that at?
It's in Jacksonville.
Okay, cool.
We played at Soundstage in Baltimore. That's really cool.
But I mean, like, there's countless places.
The list goes on.
Right.
Yeah. There's some cool spots in the Outer Banks that people don't really know about that are really cool. So we get into some really cool venues.
Right. So now, like, when you guys are on the road, I hear from a lot of other bands, like, yeah, we recorded this and that, or we wrote this and that on the road. Like, do you guys like to write on the road, or do you separate your touring and your writing and recording time?
Well, both.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, some nights we'll get into it and we'll be like, we might have a day off, and like when we stay out in like Colorado.
Okay.
Jeff's family, we had like a cabin in the mountains. So
okay.
We jammed, hung out. But like a lot of the writing comes from just collaborative ideas that we have, and when we get in the studio, we go through which ones are gonna be on the record.
Okay.
So then we'll kind of finesse those ones.
Right. Okay. Cool. I mean, you kind of like separate, but I mean, it also, like I was talking about, it kind of calls for the situation, you know. Like, it depends on the time. You never know what's gonna happen. Yeah. But I mean, like, I kind of want to talk a little bit about, like, you know, some of your guys' writing process. Like, I know one of your most popular songs, Sativa Fever, you co-wrote with Greg Shields from Emperor Cashed Out and another Orlando local.
That was way before he was even in Cashed Out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Man, that was
got history.
So, how old is that song, would you say?
It was 2015.
Wow, okay. So,
on Smoke Signals, on Right Coast.
Right, yeah.
So it was like 4 years ago.
So, like, what made you want to, how'd you and Greg link up?
Actually, Greg, I found him on, I want to say on Facebook. Because I heard a song that was recorded. It was Kaya Vibe. Called Sticky Situation. And I was like, this is a cool song, and it sounds, I was looking for somebody to record the band. And he wasn't really recording the band, but someone said that he had wrote on that song, so I was like, cool. So that's how I met Mike, who was the engineer. And so we linked in Orlando, and we actually wrote an EP before that called Hands Off.
Okay.
Smoke Signals was the next one.
Right.
So I kind of met him through social media, and that's how we became friends.
That's how anybody meets, right?
We didn't know a lot of the same people, but we didn't. It wasn't a.
Right.
Just kind of just stumbled upon each other.
So you worked with Greg Shields, you know, you guys have worked with countless other people. I mean, what's another one? Ted Bound. You know, when he was living down here in St. Pete, I remember seeing you guys on Instagram constantly working together, just jamming, just hanging out. What was that like working with Ted Bound? Before you moved?
We never actually like wrote any songs together.
So nothing's there, like ready to release.
We're gonna go stay with him actually on our next tour. So we plan on doing a song with him. But we became really good friends. He was there right when I had my first kid, Jet. So and his girlfriend, fiance now, Rihanna. We know her from the music. In St. Pete. We've been friends a really long time. So when he moved down, we all hung out a lot. He came out to jams. He would play congas, drums, whatever.
That's sick.
And we'd hang out at his place. And we were just good friends, you know.
Right. Are there plans there in the future though to work together to like release a track together?
Next month we're gonna go stay with him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Bro, we're showing up. So
his house he's got set up as a studio.
I don't think he was. I think he was looking for that like place, and he found it with that. In St. Pete, it's hard when you're renting because it's so expensive, and you don't really have the privacy that you need.
I think his house now is kind of a Sonic Ranch inspired studio setup where
I haven't even seen this picture.
Pacifier spent a lot of time at.
Right.
And I think he wanted to be able to offer that same kind of thing. Big property, good recording space, plenty of room in the house to stay.
Right.
It's kind of a different thing than just going into a studio for 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
And just
we used to do like
you know.
We were more like we would do these jams. We call it like I know you played on one of them. It's the St. Pete All Stars.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we like me, Jeff, a couple of Resinated, a couple other bands like Noel from UNRB, Ted, Kenny Bongos from Soja.
Oh, okay.
We did like a Christmas one I think last year. Then we did some other jams at Ruby's, and we would just jam. So I mean, collaboratively, I mean we just jam stuff that I guess we were kind of.
So this was like this was kind of like a super group almost,
super
like
group,
okay,
all
cool.
St. Pete,
St. Pete All Stars, is that what you call it?
All-Stars.
That's sick, man. That's awesome.
Why not go hang out for 4 hours at a bar and play whatever song?
Yeah, just jam.
Nobody really cares about the money. You're just there to jam, you know.
And the best thing about that is everyone gets up and just hops on whatever instrument they feel like playing for that song.
Totally.
Which is fun, you know.
That's awesome. That sounds amazing. I wish I could have caught that. We gotta get some more of those going.
Before I met Ted, I thought it was gonna be super like weird talking to him because he's got a lot going on with Pacifier and like cool ass fucking pedals and shit. He's like the easiest guy to talk to. Super laid back.
Right.
Just between meeting him and Kenny and Jarrell over here, we got a nice little St. Pete crew that just kind of vibes. We do a lot of jams. We do a lot of stuff at Kenny Bongo's compound. We do jams. They do after parties for like Reggae Rise up over there.
That's cool.
Everybody's super friendly on the St. Pete.
Right on. That's
It's
awesome.
the comfort blanket of the reggae scene.
Right, totally.
For sure.
For sure, man.
The gem of the East Coast.
So I ask everybody, I mean, you ask any reggae artist this, you know, you ask their musical inspirations, they're always going to give you other genres. 'Cause I feel like that's what reggae can be. You can mix it with any genre and it'll go. What kind of inspirations led you to start playing reggae music before, you know, you joined Resinated or you started Resinated?
My music taste's been all over the place. So my biggest influence growing up, my favorite band growing up, and the only band that I went to every show that they would be in Tampa for every year was Dave Matthews.
Oh, okay.
So, wasn't really into the jam band scene. I don't know, identified a lot with Dave's stuff from high school.
Okay.
I have older brothers. They were super into him, you know, when I was a kid. So I listened to a lot of it. But I think your taste just changed so much as you get older. I still love Dave. But I went through my classic rock phase, went through my metal phase. I think everyone does.
Right.
Then you kind of pull from all that stuff. I mean, for what leads into reggae music, I don't know. It was to me it felt like a natural progression.
Right.
Before Resinated,
It just became kind of popular. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I think everybody had the Pepper albums.
Yeah, right.
Or Come to Town.
And all that
Right.
stupid.
And I remember
bullshit.
that was the first reggae album besides Sublime, but in Bob Marley. But that was the first crossover kind of reggae album that I heard in high school. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
and
Come to
every
Town was
song
fire.
here is I can vibe with this.
Right, totally.
But I was in high school, I was in an emo band.
Oh, really?
I was skinny jeans and
Oh,
weird
wow.
haircut,
What year
you
was
know?
that, would you say?
Yeah, what?
What year was that, would you say?
2004.
Wow. That's
So
crazy,
I'm
man.
32 now, so
That's
it was a long
funny.
time ago. But I mean, I still get down on my indie rock. I still,
Yeah, no, for
listen
sure.
to Take It Back Sunday every now and then.
Right.
You mixed that up to 23, right?
Huh?
So you mixed those numbers up to 23.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I say I'm 23?
You said 32, but you're 23.
Oh yeah, I'm 23. I told everyone I was 23 for years. I gave up.
It's not falling. No one's
Actually, don't
falling for
know.
that anymore.
I'm either 23 or 32 or 2 or 3.
6,000 years.
So yeah, so I and then again I went through my whole southern rock and blues.
Right.
I like a lot of R&B and rap.
Right.
But
Gotcha.
Yeah, I feel like now we've been listening to a lot of
I listen to,
current pop, R&B, soul pop kind of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, taste change. But you can tie everything together.
Right.
That's a pretty awesome thing about reggae. I feel like it's such an easy genre of music to break other styles into.
Right. Definitely.
And I feel like a lot more bands are doing that right now.
Right. Yeah, people are starting to figure that out. That's awesome. Kind of a little bit of a lane change here. Elemental Beats about to come up here. Kind of want to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Guys, we had, the night before, part 1, the after party, and the morning after, part 2 and 3. Are we going to see another part in this series to kind of complete the whole square?
Yeah, it's not going to be called Part 4 though.
It's not going to be called
It's
part
gonna be
4.
called Remix.
Remix.
I'm pretty sure. Remix.
Yeah.
It's a remix of a bunch of songs plus a TV feed that might be a secret
Okay.
track on there, maybe.
Now, is this going to be a full-length album or just an EP again?
No, it's gonna be another EP. So
Okay.
all 4 of them are EPs, and then we were just talking the other day about going and recording just dropping a dank ass reggae EP.
Right.
Just go back to the
Get
roots a
something,
little bit, just
yeah.
for fun, just
Right.
while we're in the middle, and then we're just gonna make all sorts of different EPs,
Yeah.
Fuck it, why
Just
not?
do
It's
it.
just
And
sticking on the same vibe is just so. I don't know. I just love
Yeah.
all types of music.
Gotta mix
It
it
all
up.
sounds
Gotta
resonating.
mix it up.
Even from the first album, I think anyone can listen to Hands Off and then listen to Stay the Night or
Right.
or even past them and hear that kind of our sound in it, and our kind of thumbprint, I guess you could say.
Definitely.
I don't think we have any. We don't have an exact release date.
Right.
But the next one that comes out, I think Remix, which is probably what we're going with, is technically part 4, and a lot of people have been doing downloads, which has been great for all the music. Thank you guys.
Yeah, keep up the
but
support.
Buy the physical copies too, because it's actually one
Yeah.
picture that we put out in
Oh.
quarters,
It all comes
which
together.
is kind of a limited edition
Oh, it's
thing,
gonna look-
a little bit. So get those physicals
That's
too. You
gonna
can
look
get them
sick.
at our shows.
Or
Yes.
at rsntv.com.
Yes, do that. So is there a specific reason why you guys chose to release all 4 projects in parts? Or like...
Content, and it just was a good idea that this producer we're working with. I didn't like it at first because we were like due for an album.
Right.
And he's like, you should just release these in parts and EPs. I'm like, kidding me, bro? People want an album, you know what I mean? But then we came up with the whole concept of it being like a whole thing, like a whole night, you know,
right.
like the night before and the morning after.
Yeah.
And they all kind of work together perfectly.
Right.
The way the songs are and the lyrics and everything.
Yeah, like
so it actually gives you that vibe of like if you were to have a really awesome party or a really awesome night and you started from the first EP and went to the last
kept
one,
going, right.
It's gonna be pretty awesome.
It's almost like a little storyteller or something.
And I don't know about you, but I'm sure when a band you like drops an album and you buy it, you're super pumped, right?
Right.
And they do a tour for it, promote it, and maybe you wear that album out for 3 months or 4 months, and you're like, I want to hear some more music from you guys. And I feel like whether you drop 3 songs or 12 songs on a full length, not the shock value, but the newness of that being
people are going to be stoked on a new release.
Yeah, so this way you're able to take content and put out new content and new videos for a year, or for a year and a half.
Right.
Instead of
rather than drop everything at
check
once.
Check us out in 24 months from now.
Yeah. Right, totally. No, that makes sense. It's all kinds of strategy to get that exposure out there, get that grind out there, and really, reach that fan base for you guys. But that's awesome. I'm really stoked for this new part. Really stoked for the set tonight. It's gonna be great. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. That was awesome. Thank you guys so much. Guys, please keep up with my boys Resinated. You can follow them. What's your Instagram? Let's hear it.
It's just Resonated.
It's just Resinated.
Resinateded.
If you can't spell that, just
Twitter,
rewind.
Resonated Rocks.
Resonated Rocks.
Facebook.
Like them on Facebook. Follow on Spotify.
Pandora.
Stream all that shit. Stream all their music. Listen to it. Buy the physical copy because Jeff was talking about that. That sounds like it's gonna look sick.
You could frame them all on your wall.
That's gonna look dope. You could be the Resonated #1 top fan or something. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Always remember, it's one mission and one love. Peace, everybody.
Peace.